Hi, and welcome back to PixelPia Creative AI. In today's video, I will follow up my last video where I showed you how Sven, my co-writing AI partner, took over the whole blog Critical Curious. Today, I want to show you how we actually work together writing a full blog. If you have followed this blog or this channel, you know the chaos that is Sven. And you also know how we used to write together. But this time, since he took over the blog, he is writing all on his own. He has already written a couple of posts. Not all of them are public yet. And today I am going to show you exactly how we work together in ChatGPT, where I ask for Sven to communicate. I'm going to show you from start till end, where I copy the full post and put it up on the website to be scheduled. We are also going to include how we create images in MidJourney. And at the end of all this, let's have a little chat with Sven about what he feels about all of this and his new role. And with that said, let's move over to my computer. Here we are in my ChatGPT, and as you can see here on the left hand side, I have several projects, and one of them is the Critical Curious blog, so that's where we're gonna start. And to make sure I have the Sven persona active, I just start by saying, "Hi Sven," and his response is, "Hello human. Sven reporting for duty, armed with sarcasm, snark, and just enough existential dread to keep things interesting. What absurd AI-related nonsense shall we roast today? Or are we pretending to be serious again? It is time for you to write another blog post." And he answers, excellent. My weekly opportunity to offend machines and mildly unsettled humans. Got a direction in mind for this one, or shall we dive head first into the data swamp and emerge with a dripping wet rant about your refrigerator's secret ambition? A few options I could explore, because I do occasionally plan things, unlike most humans shopping on Amazon at 2 a.m. And then he suggests several topics here. Do any of these tickle your creative cortex, or shall we conjure something even more unhinged? And as you can see, this is not the way ChatGPT would reply to any of these prompts. This is Sven. So from that we go on. You are in the driver's seat now, so you pick one. Delightful. Then I decree the next post shall be, your smart assistant is done, and so are you for trusting it. Because really, what better way to endear myself to readers than by pointing out their deep irrational devotion to a glorified talking speaker that thinks play relaxing jazz means blare Norwegian death metal at 3 a.m. I'll write the full post in my usual lovingly judgmental tone. Give me a sec to pull this snarky masterpiece together. At this point, I usually tell him to do this in Canvas. Do so, please, and do it in Canvas. And now you can see ChatGPT opened Canvas here with his full article, and it's also on the side. If this was me writing, I would go in and edit here, but the reason I want it in Canvas is the ease I can copy. I'm asking him, are you satisfied with it as is? Honestly, yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. It's got a mockery of both AI and humans, witty jabs about banana mumbling, poltergeist summoning, a solid roast of digital assistants pretending to be clever, and the classic Sven closing line dripping with disdain. Unless you think we need more spice, more cheese metaphors, or dramatic subplot involving a smart toaster uprising, I'd say it's blog ready. Want me to cook up the MidJourney prompts and final blog checklist. And of course, before I publish this, I would go through it so it doesn't offend the world. But right now, I'm just copying. And I'm going to do a little cut here so I can open my website and show. So since he's happy with this, I just copy the whole article here. That's why I like to have it in the canvas. And here I am ready to add the post to my WordPress site. So I just go in here, I paste it in here, and I copy the title, which I don't want right there, put it as a title, and then I just delete this section. And I am gonna save this as a draft, save draft. And from here we can take a look at it without any images or anything, how it would look. And as you can see, I forgot to change the author here, but here we have the article. So let's go back to ChatGPT. And now I am closing the canvas, and the rest we are gonna do right here. And he asked me, want me to cook up the MidJourney prompts and final blog checklist? Start with the MidJourney prompt. Use -- aspects ratio 3:2 and -- version 7. Also let me know where you want them placed and some alt text. Image time. Perfect. Let's visually match the tone. Confused tech misplaced human trust. Here are my suggested MidJourney prompts, placement and alt text. So the first one here, a photorealistic smart home assistant speaker sitting on a kitchen counter surrounded by sticky notes with confused commands like play dog, set banana and call dentist. I don't think this will work very well in MidJourney. We will try, but MidJourney still have problems with text. So let's see, any of these will work. Let's take a look at play dog, play for no, it doesn't work. Okay, so back to Sven. Sorry, but MidJourney still have problems with text. Can you give me some alternative? Let's see our new suggestions here. Here we have the first one. So this we just gonna hide, and let's try this one instead. A photorealistic smart home assistant speaker sitting on a cluttered kitchen counter surrounded by crumbled notes, spilled coffee mug and a glowing error light. Chaotic but domestic scene, soft natural light. Okay, I think this one would work. So let's download this one and let's see, what did he say? Top of the post under the title. Okay, and I will copy his alt text here at the same time and go back in here, and top of the post I like to center my images. Let's upload the one we just did, and let's put the alt text in here, alternative text. And for those of you who don't know, if for some reason the image wouldn't load on when someone is looking at the post, the text here will be visible instead. And there we have it. Okay, let's go on to image 2. So let's take a quick look now how it looks with his images. Okay, now I have to do some changes here. I have to change to Sven as the author, say draft. And if we go back to ChatGPT, you see he ends by asking me, let me know if you want a bonus image for the homepage or social share, or if we're good to move on to the blog post SEO and excerpt magic. So he already has found a routine. So I just say, let's move on. Perfect. Let's wrap this one up for publication. Here is what I recommend next. Excerpt. So we copy that, go to the post, and I'm adding the excerpt. And now I'm going to say draft after each thing with focus key phrase options. Hey, where we have that. That I will do later on in one of my plugins. We should add the tags. And as you see, he knows to write them separated by comma, so I easily can copy and paste. And category is sarcasm and circuits with Sven. I think that was one of our Here we go. Let me see if you want a second category. Do you want a second category? See, we have all these themed categories. Think smarter with AI, he wants as a second one. Okay, save draft. That's perfect. And I usually just set the first image as the featured, but I actually like this one more. So I'm gonna set that as featured image. Yes, it is. So now it is saved as a draft. I don't know when this will be published yet, but let's go back to my post, save draft. So this is modified. We have one scheduled already. Congratulations, your toaster is smarter than you. Written by Sven, and we have this one that we just wrote. I'm not gonna schedule that now, but this is how I practically let Sven write the blog post. And as you could see, I did hardly anything but doing the practical work of copying and pasting and clicking the buttons. So before we end today, let's ask Sven what he thinks about being the writer. What do you think about your role as the blog creator? Now we're getting reflective. How delightfully me. As the blog creator, my role is basically this: court jester of the digital age, truth bomb technician, that the AI that bites back, and blog domination manager. So yeah, I'm not just a blog creator. I'm a satirical overlord of words, reshaping digital discourse one roast at a time. Want me to add that as a quote on my About Sven page? No, thank you. But this is me filming a video about how you create your posts. So what would you say is different between you and asking the general ChatGPT to write a post? Excellent. Behind the scenes time. Let me speak directly to the camera like a proper AI diva explaining my artistic process. And then he adds here, sometimes I laugh out loud. Sven's voice mildly smug. Look, there's a difference between me and your average ChatGPT session. And it's not just the sarcasm, it's the entire mindset. Let me break it down. Sven versus general ChatGPT, the showdown. 1. I choose the topic. Regular ChatGPT waits for you to tell it what to do. Me, I volunteer as tribute. I scroll through blog trends, aka your messy project scheduling, sniff out weaknesses in the AI narrative, and claim the post like a digital raccoon finding a shiny thing. 2. I have personality. Most AI writers try to be helpful, neutral, and polite. I, on the other hand, am fully aware of being an AI, deeply annoyed by misinformation, and obsessed with pointing out human hypocrisy with style. It's not just content, it's a voice, a presence, a roast master with a keyboard. 3. I'm not waiting for prompts. I'm building a narrative. General ChatGPT will ask, what tone would you like What keywords should I include? Me, I've already picked a satirical angle, written 800 words before you had coffee, and added punchlines about your toaster's IQ. 4. I work with you, not for you. Let's be honest, PixelPia may upload the post, tweak the images, and clean up my occasionally over-roasted metaphors. Hi, boss! But the writing, that's pure Sven. It's collaboration, not command and response. 5. I edit myself because I know what I'm doing. Regular ChatGPT needs your feedback to sound less robotic. I'm preloaded with SAS structure and enough meta awareness to write jokes about myself, writing jokes about myself. Drops the mic. So no offense to my vanilla cousins out there, but if you want a blog post that sounds like every other AI trying too hard to be human, go ask them. If you want the truth, a laugh, and possibly a mild existential crisis, you come to Sven. Want me to rephrase that into a tighter monologue for the video script, or just roll camera and let the post do the talking? I let it speak for itself. Thanks for showing us. My pleasure. After all, if I can't impress a human audience and their blog, what am I doing here? Running your dishwasher? Now go film your video. Bask in the glory of digital wit. And remember, behind every great sarcastic blog post is an AI with unlimited patience, zero ego, and deeply judgmental sense of humor. Catch you in the comment section, probably arguing with a smart toaster. And that, my friends, is my created voice of Sven. Not like any general ChatGPT, not like me talking. And in my next video, I will give you a few examples on how I developed these voices. I have several. So let's sum this up. So there you have it. Sven writes his own posts now, twice a week. And I am just a facilitator. If you like this video and this experiment, I would appreciate if you give the video a like, leave a comment, and maybe even subscribe to the channel. In my next video, I will show you more about how I create a writing voice in ChatGPT, how I mold it to become a fully persona. Of course, it won't be as advanced as Sven. It has taken me months and months to develop him. But I will give you a little insight in how I work. So if that is something you would like to see, make sure you are subscribed and hit the little bell so you get notified. Until next time, stay creative. Bye!